I'm Hadley Vlahos. I'm a hospice registered nurse, author, mom of 3, and this is Asking for a Friend. Hey Hadley, asking for a friend. What is one of the craziest things a patient has ever said to you? I admitted a patient who was almost 100 years old, and she was so sweet, and she was a little bit hesitant for me to be in there, but I admitted her onto hospice, and a couple of days later, I was just sitting there charting, and she said, "Okay, I have written my will, you can kill me now." And I said, "Oh my gosh, that is not what we do. I cannot believe that you think that that is why I am here. That I promise I'm not going to do that." Hi Hadley, asking for a friend. What does it mean when someone has to go on hospice? When we have a patient come on hospice, that means that a doctor has said that without any more treatment, they have 6 months or less to live, which I know sounds very depressing, but our goal is to make sure that they are comfortable and as happy as possible in the environment most comfortable to them, and it is such an amazing time period. Hi Hadley, asking for a friend. How do you say goodbye to someone? Such a difficult conversation to have. I always tell people if they're wondering, I'm about to go into the room and I don't really know what to say to them. I say, please say what you would say at their funeral. I have sat in so many funerals where people say the most amazing and beautiful things about my patient, and I think, gosh, I wish they were here to hear these things and to add on to all these memories. So I want people to go in there and say their favorite memory or what they really loved and admired about that person. Hi Hadley, asking for a friend. How do I best support a caregiver of someone on hospice? Caregiving is an incredibly stressful job at times, and if you want to support your friend, I think that is amazing. You can offer to come sit with the patient so that they can go run errands, you can drop by dinner, just anything that takes tasks off their plate. What I would not advise to do is just to send a text saying, "Hey, how can I help?" and put something else on their plate of now having to assign you tasks. Give them something specific, such as, "Hey, I'm gonna drop dinner by, does Tuesday work?" Hi Hadley, asking for a friend. What's the best advice you have for someone who is losing someone? The best advice I have is that it is normal for grief to start while someone is still here. We call it anticipatory grief. And then know that grief is not a mountain that you're going to be able to climb up and then it's done with. You're gonna grieve that person for the rest of your life. And I know that sounds a little bit depressing, but I always say our life grows around our grief. And you should not ever put the expectations on yourself that one day you're going to get over it. You should just learn how to live your life with that grief. Hi Hadley, asking for a friend. What's the best way to talk to my kids about death? This can be a little bit tricky, but what I've found to be best is that you use very frank terms and you have to say the words dead and died. And that can be difficult, but it kind of also depends on their ages. The younger ones, we can use analogies such as flowers dying. We show how that's that natural life cycle. And as they get a little bit older, if they have questions, the best thing to do is to be open and honest with them. Hey Hadley, asking for a friend. I saw recently that Bruce Willis's wife said that she prefers the term care partner to caregiver. What do you think about that? I love that she said that. It is so important for people to use whatever terminology feels best for them, but I really like the term care partner. I consider myself to be a care partner, and I love when patients are able to participate in their care, and I really love the idea of putting what they want into patients' hands, and I think that's what you do whenever you say the term care partner. Hi Hadley, asking for a friend. What do you find that people regret the most at the end of their lives? What I have found is that people regret whenever they live for other people and not themselves. One of the most impactful regret I heard was whenever a patient told me, "Eat the cake," and that meant a lot to her, but she basically told me that she wished that she would have spent her life enjoying hanging out with her friends, going to the beach without caring what her stomach looked like, and just building those relationships instead of being so focused on her outward appearance. And she summed that up so nicely when she said, "Just eat the cake."